Hey, good morning. This is Mayor Valensky with Driving Markets, driving while talking about markets. Remember, anything said in this piece is pure media. It's for publication to give you a broad idea of what's going on. In my opinion, it's only an opinion in financial markets, and anything you trade as a result, whether you make money or lose money, it's on your account, and good luck. Let's move on. Okay, so there's a couple of big news out there. Let's talk about Tesla first of all. So Tesla has got its record 321,000 vehicles due to a real light default. That impacted shares. So the other impact on shares as far as Tesla was concerned was COVID-19, the Chinese flu in China, with the Guangzhou province being locked down, and that's where Tesla factory is, so production is going to be held up there. I've been calling Tesla down already since January, February this year. In fact, I'm calling it down to around about the $150, maybe $140 level in the near term. Not because I don't like Elon Musk. I think he's fantastic. He's one of my he's a role model. I love him. He's probably the best CEO director in the world, in my opinion. And he's going to really make some significant changes at Twitter and make it into a real, proper, competitive media platform. In my opinion, probably make it #1 platform out there. But regarding Tesla, it's been actually ripe for a correction for quite a while. I know there's a lot of Tesla lovers out there that don't want to hear anything bad about Tesla because it's very innovative, and it's true. It is an innovative company. It's a market leader. It's a leader as far as electric vehicles are concerned. It's got a great CEO. It's got a great setup. But those who are trading the shares, we're just looking at trading, and it's short term. We're not talking about long term. So for the next month, 2 months, you'll see Tesla float down to around about the $140 a level. I would put it at a buy at around about the $120 level, but we'll see where the market goes. If there's an overall recession as far as global markets are concerned, then obviously you see it go down further. So just taking that into account. The other one to look at on the equity markets is Amazon. Amazon's also going to be struggling. It's at $92. It's going to go all the way down to $75, maybe $70. And the last one's the favorite of all of them is Meta or Facebook. That is just on the way down. Don't be fooled by the present price of $109 a share. It has bounced up from $90 a share, but it's going to go all the way back down to around about $70 a share. And there is also, and this is a wild view, I know I'm going to get a lot of comments on this, but I'm going to say that there is a slight risk that Facebook could actually go bust because of their misguided investment in the metaverse, which is a complete and utter load of trash. So I'm going to put my neck on the line here. It's not always popular amongst a lot of viewers and a lot of analysts, but I'm going to say that we could see Facebook going bust. Yeah, and as it falls, it becomes more of an attractive selling opportunity to go short than to go long. Even though Facebook does have revenue as such from advertising as real revenue, not fictitious revenue, that marketplace is becoming much tighter. The advertising space is looking for cuts in all directions and cost savings, and that's going to impact Facebook. But their investment into metaverse could send them bust. So that's my bit of take on the equity markets. Looking at foreign exchange, you've got a little bit of dollar weakness. Now the FOMC comes out with its minutes on Wednesday. That will give a bit of a guide as to who's hawkish and who's dovish on the committee. Probably looking at a 50 basis point rise in December. I don't think it's enough, but that's what we're probably looking at in December, the 50 basis point rise. In the States, really should be 75 basis points, but we'll get an idea where we're going with that. Expect a little bit more dollar weakness as we're going forward. It looks like the dollar's topped out and could fall further against the majors, the pound, the euro, the yen, the Swiss franc, Canadian dollar, etc. So I'm looking at the pound. I'm looking at the pound going to 121, 122 in the very near future. I think the pound's got a good way to go, all the way back up to 135 longer term. Besides the fact that you've got inflation there, at 11.1%. The Bank of England is reluctant to increase interest rates any further, which is interesting. Some of the mortgage lenders have actually reduced some of their 5-year rates slightly by 40 basis points, which is interesting. Brought out some new products, so that could show a little bit of stability returning to the mortgage market and rates in the UK. I'm talking about specifically. Got to talk about Bitcoin. Nothing to do about it. Wow. So Bitcoin, I've been calling Bitcoin down to 15,000 already for the last 4 or 5 months. It never got there. It always bounced up to 21, 23.5, 22.5, etc. And now it's running at 15.7. So it is close to 15,000. And the question is it going to fall to 15 or below? I'm saying absolutely categorically it is. I think it's going to go all the way down to 10,000. That's my new call. I think 15,000 is going to be hit in the next few days on Bitcoin and the cryptos. I think Ethereum is going to go down to $500 a coin. So as far as the crypto sector is concerned, you are looking at a much bigger fallout. One of the platforms is Gemini. There is a suspicion or a concern there that Gemini is going to go bust and going to file for bankruptcy. That is going to be another shockwave in the crypto sector, and it's going to cause a lot of nervousness amongst traders and investors. Is the crypto sector able to survive this tsunami wave? Well, I actually said this morning that we haven't even seen the tsunami wave yet. What's likely to happen as Gemini goes bust and files for bankruptcy, you'll see Bitcoin very, very quickly down to 13,000, and then from there it's all plain sailing down to 10 and even lower. Some of the viewers have sent me messages that they see Bitcoin going bust. Also, the overseer of the regulatory committee in the US is calling, John Ray is calling for, well, they're saying that Bitcoin is a complete empty vessel. It's a waste of time. It's got no fundamentals, or crypto's got no fundamentals. There's going to be a lot of volatility in the market, and you'll see it swinging around hell of a lot. Some of the massive investors in crypto, like MicroStrategy, are going to suffer hugely because they're one of the biggest Bitcoin holders, and they've had several margin calls already, and they're going to have to start liquidating stock in order to support that particular position. US Treasuries are running at 3.83. That's the 10-year. The 2-year is running at 4.5. There's a massive inverted curve there, and that, as I've said over and over again, is a lead indicator to a recession, just to keep that in mind. In the US, I'm not sure about the UK and Europe, but that's definitely in the US. What starts in the US finishes up in Europe. As far as political issues and where the UK is going with its new introduction of its mini budget, it hasn't saved enough money on the mini budget. The August statement from last week, only 55 billion, and needs to cut a lot more. So it'll be interesting to see where the UK goes on that one. Apple shares, I just want to mention, I haven't mentioned that Apple shares, I do believe, are going to go all the way below $100 a share. I say that specifically because they are a classic cash cow company looking continuously to take money out of the existing client bank and not really building any new innovative products. Okay, that's it for the moment. I hope it was clear. So the dollar is going to get slightly weaker, Bitcoin is going to go down, Ethereum is going to go down, bonds are likely to go up, and inflation is likely to go up. So I know a lot of you think that it's all doom and gloom. I'm saying it as it is, and I've been saying it as it is since January. That's the idea of raw footage on YouTube. Get it out there, get the message. No bells and whistles. Mayor Walensky with Driving Markets. Can you please subscribe, comment, share with friends, and that's it for now. Catch you later.